Hi friends, we are here at the Houston Zoo and we want to take you guys along as we go around, see some animals, do some cool things. So yeah, come along with us. Alright, so now we are walking along. This is the front area. And right when you walk in, there's this building over here that has snacks and coffee, and it's basically a cafe. And then right in front, the first exhibit you'll see is our seals, which are super cool. So then they have face paint here. So let's come over here and see what's going on. We have a couple of seals. These are California sea lions, and these are all the ones that are here. We have Callie, Camilla, Max, TJ, Calypso, Freya. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna butcher this one. I think it's Gaia and then Ariel. It looks like the newest one was in 2017.
Look at these guys. Seals are like a dog.
So yeah. And then they'll have signs like this where it will tell you a little bit about them, fun fact, and how they're doing in the wild, which I think is super cool. So yeah. Here's my husband. Alright, so we are walking through now. We saw some animals in the very beginning when you first walk into the zoo. It is kind of at the middle of July right now in Houston, so
It's currently July 18th.
yes.
July 18th.
Yes, so we're a little sweaty, but it's okay. It's just the humidity. So now we're walking through, and we will go to some different exhibits, and I'll show them along the way. It'll kind of be edited to where it'll show different clips throughout the different exhibits that they have of the animals. And so yeah, so we're just gonna continue throughout our day. And the nice thing too about the zoo is it's laid out to where there's not a specific order you have to do everything in. So if you see a sign and you want to see meerkats, or you want to pick gorillas, you can choose between the two. And there's signs throughout the zoo telling you what's nearby, where things are, like restrooms and all of the things. So yeah, so we'll show you around. Alright, so we just saw some elephants. Didn't get really good close-ups of them, so just kind of depends on where they are and kind of if there's enough room to get a good shot. So unfortunately we didn't get that today, but you never know. Maybe eventually when you come back around here you might get a better view of them, and they might be feeding, you just don't know. So they have a little baby, and so right now they're taking care of the male area for the elephants, but all the females are out. Alright, so we're just showing you kind of what they have. When you go to some exhibits, they actually, it's actually super cool, honestly. So they'll have a message from their zookeepers for each animal exhibit, and they'll help you like trouble spot an animal, and they'll tell you where to look, and you might see them, I don't know, but yeah, this will definitely help you when you're trying to find animals, and I think it's a really, really, really cool idea that Houston Zoo came up with.
Really pretty cat. Wow.
Alright, so just to kind of give y'all a little sneak peek, we will be going to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee and Gatlinburg as well. So if you know, there are lots of black bears up there, especially in the Smoky Mountains area, which is where we're going to go. We're going to go to Dollywood, we're going to go to the Smoky Mountains, we're going to go to Gatlinburg, we're going to do all kinds of fun stuff, and so it'll be really fun. So we'll be doing that in mid-August, and yeah, so just wanted to let y'all know kind of what's coming up, and we'll be vlogging that, so yeah. It's a bongo! ADHD. Alright, so my mic quality is probably not very good because I don't have my mic on, but it's a little toasty here, and because of that, me and my husband were actually going to finish here at the zoo, but then we're actually going to go to the Natural Science Museum, which you haven't been before, have you?
No.
So he's never been, so we shall see how he feels about that. So yeah, we'll take y'all along. Hi friends, so today we are at the Natural Science Museum. Now we just came from the Houston Zoo, so now we're here at the Natural Science Museum. It is my husband Aaron's first time. I've been here, but obviously it's been a hot minute since I've been here, so I know that they've changed a few things, but we're going to take you around and show you what we look at. So when you first come in, there's a little kind of entryway, and then this opens up right here. These LED screens are brand new. I haven't seen those before. In here, there's two entryways, and there's one also in that small hallway entryway. And these have all the minerals and different crystals. This is gold from Western Australia, which is insane, just how they find it and the different shapes it has. This one's very interesting. This is silver, actually, from Norway.
Shout out Norway.
Yeah, because your girl here is like half Scandinavian, mostly Swedish and Norwegian, so yeah, super, super cool. Silver here again, like, it's almost like they're like sculptures, which is super cool to look at. This is gold on quartz, and then copper crystals. So it's really cool to see these three different materials, like how we make, like copper. That's what we use to make pennies, which I don't think we make anymore. But like, that's from Michigan, this is from California. Silver again is from Norway. Apparently there's lots of silver in Norway, so shout out to my Norwegian people. So this is, I'm probably gonna butcher the name, honestly, but this is a amethyst quartz, which is probably honestly one of the most recognizable and popular types of quartz that people love to use as home decor, or there's some people that use them in their spiritual practices, which me and my husband don't, but they're just pretty to look at, honestly. Jewelry making, all kinds of things. It's really, really cool. And yeah, so here's your, and also it's purple, which is my favorite color, so can't help it. Alright, so this is actually new. Honestly, have not seen this before. It's called matter motion, which is quantum chemistry and astrophysics. And it's super cool because it also shows who it's supported by, which obviously ones that I am very well known with is Chevron and Shell, which are two major gas companies, so that's pretty cool. This is super cool. So you're also teaching them about physics and chemistry, but you're also teaching them basically that and interacting with it, so showing them how it works or examples of how it works, which is super cool. So you can see the kids are loving this. You can try to lift a piano. My husband wants to do it really bad, so he's gonna try it. We'll see how he does. I guess he lifted it as far as it let him, so have a spectral scope, which is quite fascinating. Alright, this is actually super cool, and me and my husband are like, wow, this is sick, I love this, but this is literally the periodic table with examples of exactly what it is. Some of them only have like certain blocks, which I guess means that it's not available. I have no idea, or it is, I don't know. So this is super cool. So it's a demonstration lab presented by Shell, and so she's basically talking about what is gas, which is super cool. This is what happens when you're inside my brain. Pretty cool, right? Alright, I'm gonna test at least 3 of my senses, because this one is in progress. So let's try smell. It smells like, like wipes. Like, I don't know, like wet wipes. Hearing. Ooh. So I'm hearing a ee. And then touch. It's just texture. So this is pretty cool. It's actually showing how graphite is, but there's also really cool stuff too, where you can learn about the chemistry of DNA. You can learn about engineering and what that looks like over here. The frontiers of science. So over here, kind of wanting their, I guess, long term, what they're wanting to do. I guess on Mars, who knows?
We'll have to take them to NASA.
Yeah, NASA, let me know when you need people to go to Mars. I got you. As long as I get like Super Dog or something, I'm good. Dinosaurs. We are going to see dinos. To prehistoric times. Pretty cool. These are the different animals back then. It's a little creepy. I'll just say that. I don't think I'd want to live around that. I have a message to Grady Judd from Polk County. How would you feel if you had to mess with these big old gators? Also, howdy from Houston. Love you. My husband introduced me to you, and he watches your videos all the time. And honestly, if you could be like a sheriff here, that'd be the best thing ever. Just saying, you know? So we are now in the late Jurassic area, which is the golden age of giants. This is late Jurassic, but we're also going into Jurassic right here, which is super cool. So, you know, if you love Jurassic Park or RIP Dinosaur Ride at Walt Disney World, this is your go-to area here at the Natural Science Museum in Houston. Alright, so I just learned from a staff member that this doesn't have the most complete skeletons of T-Rexes, but you can know the difference between a real skeleton and a basically remake of one. So for example, I'll show you right here. When you see these metal beams throughout the skeleton, that means that it's a real skeleton. Whereas this one, for example, if you only see like the basically the mounts just holding the, you know, the feet, it's not a real skeleton, but it is a accurate or I guess somewhat accurate of a mold of one. So, but the Natural Science Museum at Houston has the most complete skeleton of a Triceratops. My husband had to help me because, you know. So this is the actual skeleton of a T-Rex, which is amazing. You can actually see here on the teeth where it's actual skeleton and where they have molded to kind of complete the look of it, which is insane. Alright, so this is Lane, the Triceratops, which is super cool. This is the most complete skeleton in the world of a Triceratops, and it's here in Houston. So if you want to come see that, all my dinosaur experts and connoisseurs, this is your place. I mean, you can see the intricacy and the detail and just the bone structure of this creature. And, you know, seeing it just bare bones shows you, like, the massiveness of this creature. So if you want to check out Lane, again, come to the Natural Museum of Science in Houston, and you can see Lane for yourself and all these really, really cool you know, dinosaur skeletons and fossils and all sorts of things. And you're not just learning history, but you're also learning about basically kind of the evolution and change over time of wildlife and creatures. Alright, so now this is a new area that I don't think I've seen before, but this is where you can actually see fossil preparation. It's a lab, and you can ask them questions. They also have 2 screens up here, right above them, showing what they're doing. So this guy over here, he is looking at this. So basically what they're showing and what they're doing is, so on the screen it has a slideshow, and it's showing that they are taking fossils out of plaster. So what she's actually doing is taking plaster off of the actual fossils that they find, or artifacts that they find. So she's showing how she does that, and this is only one of 2 places in the U.S. that can do this. Alright, so we are now in an exhibit on the 3rd floor, basically talking about different civilizations of some kind. I can't remember exactly the name of this, but the different tribes and things is pretty cool. So we're looking at Amazon, the Amazons, we're looking at the Peru. I don't know exactly the name of this tribe, but it's actually quite interesting, to be honest. Alright, so this is super cool. Sorry, I'm having to talk a little lower, just out of courtesy and respect, but part of also this exhibit is showing the Southeast nations, so in the U.S., so when we go to Pigeon Forge, near Pigeon Forge, Tennessee and stuff, we will actually be going through Cherokee land, which is super cool because part of my husband's ancestry is that he is Cherokee and from Cherokee descendants, so that is super, super cool.